Have you ever wondered how a man of modest Corsican origins rose to become one of the most powerful figures in history? This is the enigma of Napoleon Bonaparte, a man who emerged from the obscurity of a small Mediterranean island to command the world's stage, from Emperor of the French to a symbol of power and ambition. His journey, filled with triumphs and trials, is a compelling tale of human resilience and ambition. To understand this, we must journey back to the late 18th century, to the birth of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August 15, 1769, in Corsica, just a year after it became French territory. The second of 8 children, Napoleon grew up in a family of minor Corsican nobility. His parents, Carlo and Letizia Bonaparte, instilled in him a sense of pride and ambition from a young age. At the tender age of 9, Napoleon was sent to mainland France to attend military school in Brienne-le-Château. Despite facing isolation due to his Corsican accent and limited French, Napoleon proved to be an exemplary student, especially in mathematics and history. His fascination with the ancient world, particularly the Roman Empire, began to shape his future aspirations. After 5 years in Brienne, Napoleon was admitted into the prestigious École Militaire in Paris. Here he honed his military tactics and leadership skills, graduating a year early due to the death of his father. Despite these hardships, Napoleon remained undeterred, setting his sights on a career in the armed forces. His experiences during these early years in mainland France were critical. They exposed him to a world beyond Corsica, broadening his horizons and fueling his ambitions. His relentless determination and keen intellect set him apart from his peers, laying the groundwork for his future as a military leader. These early years were formative, cultivating a fierce determination that would serve Napoleon throughout his life. By the time he was 24, Napoleon had become a brigadier general, a remarkable accomplishment for one so young. Born into an era of political upheaval, Napoleon Bonaparte was not one to shy away from the tumult. Instead, he used the chaos of the French Revolution as a stepping stone, propelling himself into the annals of military history. His strategic brilliance and unfaltering determination saw him rise rapidly through the military ranks, earning him an unprecedented reputation. As a young artillery officer, Napoleon quickly demonstrated his ability to command and control. His innovative use of artillery as a mobile force, combined with his keen understanding of the battlefield's terrain, often gave him the upper hand. His strategies were unconventional, yet undeniably effective. It was during the Siege of Toulon in 1793 that Napoleon first showcased his military prowess. His successful recapture of the city from the British earned him a promotion to brigadier general. And so, at the tender age of 24, Napoleon found himself commanding the French army in Italy. In Italy, Napoleon's strategic brilliance shone once again. He transformed a dispirited and disorganized army into a formidable force, leading them to a series of victories against the Austrian and Piedmontese forces. His innovative tactics and audacious strategies, combined with his ability to inspire his troops, led to a string of successes that resonated throughout Europe. However, Napoleon's rise wasn't limited to the battlefield. His victories in Italy helped consolidate the French Republic, bolstering his political influence back home. His military success was the stepping stone to his political career, eventually leading him to become the first consul of France and later the emperor. Napoleon Bonaparte was not just a military genius, he was a master of opportunism. He recognized the opportunities that the French Revolution presented and seized them with both hands. His rapid rise through the military ranks was a testament to his ability to adapt, innovate, and lead. His success on the battlefield paved the way for his political ascension. In 1799, Napoleon Bonaparte seized political power in France through a coup d'état, marking the beginning of his reign. A reign that would not only transform France but also the entire European landscape. Now, imagine a man of such ambition that he not only wanted to rule France but also reform it. Napoleon was just that man. He didn't waste any time and quickly established himself as the first consul, a position that gave him almost absolute power. This was just a stepping stone for him. In 1804, he declared himself emperor, and his rule became hereditary, solidifying his grip on power. But Napoleon was not just a power-hungry ruler, he was also a reformist at heart. He introduced a series of reforms that modernized France. His most significant contribution was perhaps the Napoleonic Code, a civil law code that served as a model for many nations across the world. It established the principles of equality before the law, secularism, and the safeguarding of civil liberties. Napoleon also reformed the French education system, creating a centralized structure that still exists today. He introduced the baccalaureate, a qualification that students must attain to enter university. This was a revolutionary concept, as it allowed individuals of merit, regardless of their background, to rise through society. His reign saw a dramatic transformation of the French economy as well. He established the Banque de France, which stabilized the French currency and promoted economic growth. He also invested heavily in infrastructure development, leading to the construction of roads, bridges, and canals, which boosted trade and commerce. But Napoleon's reign was not just confined to France. His military conquests spread his influence across Europe. He redrew the map of the continent, creating satellite states and placing members of his family on their thrones. This created a ripple effect, spreading the ideals of the French Revolution across Europe. However, Napoleon's rule was not without its flaws. His relentless ambition led him into numerous wars, draining France's resources and leading to the loss of countless lives. His continental system, designed to cripple Britain's economy, backfired, leading to economic hardship at home. Yet, despite his successes and reforms, Napoleon's ambition knew no bounds, leading to his eventual downfall. Napoleon's overreaching ambition led to his disastrous invasion of Russia in 1812, marking the beginning of his downfall. The Russian campaign proved to be a catastrophic miscalculation. Instead of surrendering, the Russians adopted a scorched earth policy, retreating deeper into their vast country and burning their crops and villages as they went. The brutal Russian winter did the rest, decimating Napoleon's once formidable Grand Army. By 1814, Napoleon's situation had become desperate. His enemies had formed a coalition and were closing in. France was on the brink of bankruptcy, and public support for Napoleon was waning. In a last-ditch attempt to save his empire, Napoleon initiated a series of battles known as the 6 Days Campaign. Despite showing his military brilliance, the odds were overwhelmingly against him. In April of the same year, he was forced to abdicate the throne and was exiled to the Mediterranean island of Elba. However, Napoleon's indomitable spirit remained unbroken. In an event famously known as the 100 Days, he escaped from Elba, returned to France and reclaimed his throne. But his comeback was short-lived. Defeated at the Battle of Waterloo in June 1815, he was once again forced to abdicate. This time, his captors took no chances. Napoleon was exiled to St. Helena, a remote island in the South Atlantic. The once all-powerful emperor was now a prisoner, confined to a small domain, his dreams of empire a distant memory. He spent his final years dictating his memoirs, reflecting on his life, his triumphs, and his defeats. Despite his attempts to poison himself, Napoleon's health gradually declined. He suffered from various ailments, including stomach cancer, which ultimately led to his death. On the 5th of May, 1821, the man who had once held Europe in his grasp breathed his last. In 1821, Napoleon Bonaparte, once the most powerful man in Europe, died in exile on a remote island. The fall and exile of Napoleon is a powerful reminder of the fleeting nature of power and the ultimate reckoning that comes with overreaching ambition. Napoleon Bonaparte's story is a tale of ambition, power, and downfall. But what is his legacy? The impact of Napoleon's rule on France and Europe is far-reaching and profound. One of his most enduring contributions is the Napoleonic Code, a comprehensive set of civil laws that still forms the basis of legal systems across many parts of the world today. This revolutionary code granted equality before the law and secured property rights, fundamentally altering the socio-political landscape of the time. Napoleon's influence on military strategy is equally significant. His innovative tactics, from the use of mass conscription to the formation of the Grand Army, revolutionized warfare. His strategies are still studied in military academies around the world, a testament to their enduring relevance. Furthermore, Napoleon played a pivotal role in shaping modern Europe. His territorial conquests, while ultimately unsustainable, led to a reordering of European boundaries. This set the stage for the rise of nation-states, a defining feature of the modern world. Yet Napoleon's legacy is not without its shadow. His insatiable ambition led to widespread devastation and loss of life. His rule, marked by autocracy and relentless warfare, serves as a stark reminder of the perils of unchecked power. Napoleon Bonaparte, a man of humble origins who shaped the world in his image, remains an enduring figure in history, a testament to the power of ambition and the peril of hubris.